Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to WWE News and Rumors. I'm your host, Brandon Hodge. So this episode of WWE News and Rumors, this is brought to you guys by SeatGeek. So if you guys are looking for tickets for any event in the entire world, head over to SeatGeek. Use code Hodge, that's just my last name, at checkout, and you actually get $20 off your tickets. Now this is for first time orders only. So if you used SeatGeek before, just make a new account, the new email, you can still use my code and get $20 off any ticket for any event in the entire world just by using code Hodge, my last name, on checkout on SeatGeek. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, so confession time. There's actually nothing confirmed today, no confirmed new stories I want to talk about. So let's go ahead and get those juice boxes out. Let's get those juice boxes ready, because ladies and gentlemen, it is now time to talk about some juicy rumors. So the first rumor of the day, we're going to be talking about Gable Steveston. So this guy, Gable Steveston, he's a gold medalist. He's a very, high-profile individual. He's someone WWE really wanted to sign. They saw very high potential in, which is why they offered him an astronomical amount of money to sign with WWE. And he was supposed to be on the main roster years ago, but then he told them he wanted to continue in college to do something else so he could wrestle more in college. So okay, do that, and then come to us, and yeah, it just been a total a giant delay kind of thing. But he finally made his debut. Great American Bash, NXT. He made his debut, which he was supposed to debut on the main roster. That didn't happen. I guess they didn't think he was ready wrestling-wise because he hasn't had enough time to train or whatever. But basically, his debut, if you saw it, you're like, yeah, this did not go good. So the whole crowd was booing him. They were chanting, "You're not Kurt" at him. They were chanting BS at him. They were chanting all kinds of stuff at the guy. He's supposed to be the babyface, and he was wrestling Baron Corbin, which is probably, honestly, from a crowd reaction standpoint, probably not the best guy to start with, because NXT crowd loves Baron Corbin. They just love him. Whoever's against him, if they're like higher up than Corbin, they're not gonna love the guy. But basically, Gable Steveston, he got booed. And now creative are like, what do we do with this guy? Because this was kind of like his trial so he could get straight to the main roster. Because the guy was not supposed to stay in NXT by any means. He's getting paid more than anyone in NXT, including the NXT champions. He's getting paid more than them. He is getting paid like a main roster wrestler. He's supposed to be on the main roster. So now they're kind of don't know what to do with him, because he was a baby face. He's supposed to be a likable guy. He's a gold medalist. He's supposed to be this good guy. And he doesn't really have much of a character or anything like that. He seems to be pretty solid in the ring because he's been wrestling in wrestling schools for a little while. Obviously the obvious choice is to turn the guy heel and make him a bad guy, but that's not what he's supposed to be. He's supposed to be out there, the gold medalist, the American guy. He's supposed to be the baby face, and it's just not working. I guess they got to work on his character and find something for the guy. So they really have no idea what to do with him right now, and actually they've stopped even talking about him. But they're paying the guy so much money, and they got to find something for him. So hopefully they'll figure that out soon, and things will work out there. Just Gable Steveston, he's a baby face, and he'll be feeling like the fans are gonna feel like he's being shoved down their throat, like when Roman was a baby face and everyone hated Roman. But he eventually found the right thing. Of course, Roman Reigns is the top of the company right now, so he eventually found the right thing. I'm sure they will for Gable as well. But they've not found it yet. The crowd absolutely hates the guy. So hopefully that goes well, and hopefully they come up with something. But as of right now, they're clueless. They don't know what to do, because they're in that whole dilemma. We don't want to turn him heel. We want him to be a liked babyface, but how do we do this? We don't know, and they're kind of trying to figure it out. The next rumor will be about our tribal chief and our undisputed Universal Champion, Mr. Roman Reigns. So it's about his next match. Apparently, the guy's injured. He has some kind of back injury right now, and hopefully it's okay. So hopefully he's not going to have to take any time off. Hopefully he'll be okay. I'm sure he will be. He's got arrested, but basically, Roman's schedule. He was originally scheduled to wrestle at Payback, the next pay-per-view, but now he is no longer scheduled to wrestle Payback. Roman will no longer be wrestling at Payback. He has to rest his injury, so hopefully the injury's okay, and he can just rest, and it'll be okay, and he can be back for the next large pay-per-view. At least Survivor Series, because I get Survivor Series is until November, but the next pay-per-view is in September, so maybe that would be the time. That's what the timetable I would say. He can be on TV, he can talk smack, he can build up feuds and stuff like that, but to actually be in the ring wrestling, I would hold the guy off to Survivor Series to be safe, but I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. But what we know right now is Roman will no longer be wrestling at the Payback Premium Live event. All right, the next rumor is about a brother versus brother feud. So we're talking about the Usos. We're talking about Jey Uso turning on each other and wrestling each other. So this is obviously something they were kind of building towards. It's like, is this happening at Payback? Is that the plan? Apparently, no. They called off that plan as well. So Jimmy versus Jey, they do want that to happen, but they want it to happen at a larger Premium Live event, a larger show. So Survivor Series, maybe that's what they're going. Jimmy versus Jey, they're gonna be building up for a while. But as for it happening at Payback, no, it's not happening at Payback. So as for the main event of Payback, Honestly, I don't know. I guess it would be the World Heavyweight Championship match because it doesn't look like the Bloodline's going to be doing too much. They're going to be holding off the Bloodline storyline for like a bigger show from the looks of it. Or they might just throw something together last minute. I don't know, but it's not going to be either one of those matches. It's not going to be a Roman match, and it's not going to be a Jimmy versus Jay match. All right, ladies and gentlemen, so this is actually it. This is the final news story, the final rumor, the final thing we'll be talking about inside this episode of WWE News Rumor. So this is about none other than the Rated R Superstar. This is about Edge. So Edge just had his last match, right? His last match. And honestly, I don't think Edge really knows how he feels. Like I talked about in the last news episode, Edge was saying for a while this would be his retirement match, his last match. He's not really too sure now. All he can say for sure is this is the last match on that WWE contract and probably more than likely his last match ever in Toronto. Or maybe his last match ever in Canada. I don't know. But basically, that's what he knows. And his WWE contract is up, which of course is going to start those rumors of Edge going to AEW. Is Edge going to AEW? Is Edge going to All Elite Wrestling? Is the question. And the answer I have for you guys is maybe. The only reason I said maybe, like if Christian was not in AEW, I would say no, Edge isn't going to AEW. Edge is going to sit at home. He's putting his family first right now, and he just wants to do that. And I think he is putting his family first. I think Edge is going to take a break right now. I don't think Edge is doing anything, but I think the temptation to go back where Christian is and have Edge and Christian one last time, or maybe even put Edge and Christian back together, have them turn on each other, and then have Edge's last match be against Christian might be a more believable thing. Because Edge, you know, he broke into the business with Christian, so it would make sense he would want his last match to be against Christian. Does he want that match to be in AEW? Probably not. He wanted it to be in WWE, but Christian's under AEW contract, I guess. So it's not really a possibility, at least not right now. So you know, there's a lot of reasons, you know, the Edge would go to AEW. But I believe personally, I think Edge's last ever wrestling match will be in the WWE. And I don't know if maybe we've already seen it or maybe we haven't. Maybe Edge will come back for one last WrestleMania, do one last WrestleMania match. That seems like a good place to end it, and maybe that's what Edge wants to do. But I think he's still kind of deciding this for himself, so I can't really jump to conclusions here. But I think Edge going to AEW might be actually possible, and I don't think that's a knock to him having problems with WWE or anything like that. I think Edge is just going to AEW for the pure reason that Christian is there, and he wants to wrestle with Christian some more before he actually has to retire forever. Because this is literally it. This is the last time he'll ever wrestle in his entire life. So like he wants to do what he wants to do. So we'll just have to wait and see. But I think that is actually a possibility, Edge going to AEW. As for the next, you know, big show over there, I don't know. We'll just have to wait and see. I would imagine he does want to take some time to rest and kind of spend time with his family and stuff like that, so maybe not. I don't know, guys. Let me know your thoughts on all these news stories and rumors in the comment section down below. That's going to do it for this episode. Thank you guys so much for watching. I am your one and only absolute undisputed king of vlogs, Brandon Edge, and I will see you guys in the next video.